This episode of Best Comedy You've Never Seen is brought to you by Bonerol. Bonerol, it's like Ritalin for your dick.
PG, bring the Bonerol.
Mancation is the best comedy you've never seen.
No, I get it. Was it an intimidation thing? Like, what kind of hardware are we working with? Like Jelly Chocolate Dream or like fucking Hammer of Thor?
Hey, this is Ryan McClellan from 2G1, and welcome back to another Best Comedy You've Never Seen. Today we are looking at Mancation, an NC-17 2012 comedy that really interested me because it stars Matt Kawczynski, who starred in the Brian Lynch-directed, Kevin Smith-produced Big Helium Dog, a film that never came out, but I did cover back in Best Comedy You've Never Seen, Episode 2. Kawczynski was one of the best parts of Big Helium Dog, so it made seeing Mancation a must. How is it? Let's jump in.
Club Risque would like to welcome
Club Risque? All right. I guess this is a local movie.
a very special guest in our VIP section this evening.
That's
He's
not
getting married in the morning.
Matt Kawczynski plays Vince, a guy who's getting married, and his friend is Joey Fatone, played by Joey Fatone. Was formerly married and really didn't find it a fun experience. Jake Matthews plays, I don't know. I never bothered learning his name. So the three friends are having a bachelor party the night before Vince is getting married. And, as all good friends should do, they bring him to the strip club to get some boobies in his face. And why not Club Risque? It is a strip club with several convenient locations throughout Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Vince is friends with Winnie Cooper, who plays Rebecca the florist. They are old friends, and even though they look at each other with those, we should run off and have 47 kids face, it stinks because, Vince is getting married today. After his wedding, Rebecca is off to AC for a flower show.
Going to Atlantic City for the weekend.
I just said that.
I love to jog on the beach. And there's a really cute restaurant right by Lucy the Elephant. And the outlets are great.
Oh man, the AC outlets. They have a beef jerky outlet there that totally kicks ass. Actually, there are several convenient locations throughout New Jersey and Pennsylvania. Vince is marrying this sweet girl, Cindy, who really knows how to party.
Missing the chicken dance. Come on, you guys.
She's a keeper. But what I will say is, like most of America, I've loved Danica McKellar since the Wonder Years and then How I Met Your Mother, and she's a summa cum laude from UCLA in mathematics. And then she wrote several successful books on mathematics. Why are you not my girlfriend in this movie? Mike Starr is Mr. Vanderplaat, Cindy's father, who seems to really not like Vince, which is really weird, because Vince is marrying the dude's daughter, and then he works for Vanderplaat, and then Vanderplaat has such wonderful things to say about Vince, like,
You touch my daughter again, I will skin your ass alive and burn your house down to the ground with you in it.
So the two get hitched. And I thought that this movie would not do that. I thought some dude who was having sex with Cindy would, stop the wedding, and then Vince would go to AC to try to hook up with Rebecca. Wait for it. Hey, Demirians and Cinnaminson. Beautiful place to have a reception. Not cheap, which is why I had my reception at the Holiday Inn down the street.
This is a particular kind of guy I'm holding out for.
Okay.
Funny, smart, charming, successful. The kind of guy who kept his dorm room slathered in Christmas decorations year-round.
Sounds like she's looking for Clark Griswold. So Vince goes to work the next day on a Saturday, but his wonderful father-in-law says to him,
I didn't marry the boss's daughter. The very same boss who would be very upset if he thought his little princess was unhappy in the slightest way. Yeah. See you on Monday, Vince.
So Vince goes home, and if you are thinking she's going to be home getting it from some dude, you are going to be wrong.
Who is it?
It's just Vince.
If you guessed his newlywed wife was banging her girlfriend maid of honor on the table with a purple strap-on, well, I'd call you a liar. You would never guess that.
I needed a husband to keep the trust fund.
Fair enough. So Vince, Joey Fatone, Neckbeard, and Balky here go to the bar and talk on Vince's failed marriage that lasted about 20 hours. And you know I'm going to have to sing it because Joey Fatone is here. So, you know what? I'm going to save it for later.
She's cool with a sham marriage. You're the boss's son-in-law. What's the problem?
Vanderplat finds out. He'll have me fired at the very least. I mean, for all I know, that guy will have me killed.
That's retaliation. And according to Lisa Guerin, Vince's rights are totally protected from wrongful termination under Pennsylvania state law. And she knows what she's talking about. She's a graduate of Bolt Hall School of Law at the University of California at Berkeley. Bolt Hall? Hall? Guerin? Sorry, I tried to buy Hooked on Phonics once, but I could never figure out how to dial that number. But this law shit's probably boring you, especially as we just came from a scene where Vince's newlywed wife was banging her girlfriend maid of honor on the table with a purple strap-on.
That's pretty fun to say.
Maybe you could just go home, lay on your couch, because you're not going to be laying in your bed. Because you know why? Because your wife's going to be there. She's going to be scissoring the maid of honor.
Yeah, scissor me, Allison.
Janet, you're crazy.
Going somewhere in the next 5 minutes, okay?
That's what I'm talking about!
They take 676 to the Atlantic City Expressway and off they go to good ol' AC.
So it looks like everything's all booked up. Every hotel, every motel.
Holiday Inn. Say what? So Hairdo here needs to stock up, so they pull over to the best hoagie around, which is not a real place. And if you are in South Jersey, never stop at a place that calls a sub a hoagie, because that sub is not going to be good. Shoobies. And Joey Fatone cares about his friend.
Hey, you sure you want to do this?
Absolutely.
Because if not, I would have called you a pussy and I would have drove into town anyway.
And that's what you tell a buddy after finding out his newlywed wife is banging her girlfriend maid of honor on the table with a purple strap-on 20 hours after getting married.
He's a good friend.
$2? Come on, who are you kidding?
You know, don't get it twisted. I'm not a man whore. I just prefer to double bag it in these shore towns.
This isn't actually true of most shore towns, but probably sound advice when going to Atlantic City. And probably Seaside.
Oh, this is a bad situation.
It's Vanderplat. What do I do? Don't answer it.
I'm with the Yakatoris. They wanted the real Philadelphia experience, so of course I bring them out to Tony Luke's.
It's hard to say which cheesesteak place in Philadelphia is best. Many say Gino's. Others say Pat's. Many say Tony Luke's, who has many convenient locations throughout Philadelphia and New Jersey. Always get cheese whiz on it. Trust me.
What's the translation for cheese?
Meyushi America Jin Shibudesu translates to American cow grease.
I was talking to my boy.
Are you trying to get fucked up?
I'm trying to get fucked up!
I think they're in a gang.
Don't be a fucking asshole. They're not in a gang. They're color coordinators.
No legitimate gang is really going to wear green. I mean, unless you're Irish, I guess.
These are colors. Just got jumped into a gang. You didn't get jumped into a gang, you fucking moron.
Technically, this is true. I've seen colors. They end up at some shitty shore bar, which I don't get. They have all kinds of shitty bars in Philadelphia.
The breasts are only going to keep getting bigger, and we need the latest technology to keep up. Switch it to the other news channel.
Channel 5 News.
There's really no need to drive 62 miles to Atlantic City to wind up at the same shitty bars.
They've done some top-notch recon, okay? Relationship status says it's complicated. Just gotta get her drunk, get a little tipsy, and then...
The fuck did you just call me?
So Slum Shady is ready to get into it with the Russians, and in walks Rebecca, because why wouldn't she be walking into some slummy dirtbag local dive bar when you're in Atlantic City for a flower convention? And then Joey Fatone steps in and she leaves, so...
Is it time? All right. I still feel like there's a better time where I could do that. Let's move on.
Can't we just get our dicks wet? That kid was probably the byproduct of every single member of Def Leppard.
So they get up after partying all night and do, like, tourist things, like go mini-golfing, go shopping for fudge, look at tchotchkes, possibly sexually assault some poor woman with a golf club, sexually harass and possibly assault this woman on the beach, and ask people on the beach if they've seen Rebecca on a beach that's like 20 miles long. Alright, I understand the budget limitations of an indie film like this. They don't have the money to shoot in all the big casinos, so you shoot in tiny locations and watch the guys eat fudge. But I'm sure there could have been more of this and less of this. And by the way, this actual movie has this montage scene to LFO's Summer Girls, which of course I can't play, but it kind of looks and sounds something like this.
Kids on the block had a bunch of hits. Chinese food makes me sick, and I think it's fly when the girls stop by for the summer, for the summer.
Hello. I'm looking for this girl. Have you seen her?
So Joey and Vince go to the flower show convention, which looks like it's in the back room of the Holiday Inn. But Rebecca's not there, and Vince tries to tell Joey Fatone why he wants to get with Rebecca.
From high school?
Yes, my friend, Rebecca.
Actually, she's a sweetheart. And, I think you guys are kind of meant for each other.
This is a very easy sell. So they end up finding Danielle at some Shooby Shore party with a condo that basically looks like every Jersey condo ever. But she's in Atlantic City for a convention? Why the hell are you not at the Tropicana? You know the Trop, right? Owned by Gaming and Leisure Properties. With over 44 casino properties you could drink, gamble, and dance the night away at. Why are you at a Jersey condo? But she doesn't like Vince because he got married and she's into these Russian guys. They're here too? Yeah, it's one of those kinds of movies. So the Russians and Wolverine's 4-foot stunt double decide to have some sort of weird standoff controversial thing where Balky once again pops a woman's top off, reaching into a woman's vagina and pulling out her tampon and pouring the blood over his head. I mean, that's definitely sexual assault. While the Russians are putting shit all over the face as a ninja gang fight is happening on the boards, and Vince is trying to convince Danielle that he made a mistake marrying his wife who bangs his girlfriend maid of honor on the table with a purple strap on. The movie just goes right off the fucking rails and has more shit going on than in the end of The Phantom Menace. In the end, Vince and Rebecca get together because you would be a huge moron for not getting with Danica McKellar. You may ask yourself several times while watching this, what the fuck is wrong with this movie? But you know what? I was okay with that. You should be too.
This movie really does not get the love it deserves. There is zero love over at Rotten Tomatoes.
No tomato score. And that's why I made my own critic review for Mancation that says, this movie is so freaking awesome. There was like 3 porn stars in it, and Danica McKellar was so amazingly hot, and I really want to thank the wardrobe department for putting her in that black dress. The wardrobe department should have won an Oscar. Just look at Danica's picture to the right, am I right? Plus there's fecal play Chinese ninjas, which really isn't a thing, and a dude getting his dick pierced. Did I mention Danica McKellar in an amazing black dress? 10 stars. Mancation stars Joey Fatone, Matt Kawczynski, Danica McKellar, Jake Matthews, Stephen Medvedik, Derek Lindman, Sarah Vandella, Brienne Benson, Gina Lynn, and Mike Starr. Check it out. It really is one of the best comedies you've never seen.
And that's Mancation. I really think that I have nothing left to say on this film. Thanks for watching. Wait!
Thanks for watching. It really helps if you like, subscribe, and comment below, especially if you liked what you saw today. We'll be back with another episode of Best Comedy You've Never Seen, but until then, this is Ryan from 2G1, and I'll catch you next movie.
Floating like a ghost, gotta keep eyes on you. You'll sneak up behind me, touch me and I'm through. Unless I'm feeling big, just get a little bit belittled. It's hard to resist the physical thrill of jumping on top of you for the kill.
Why does your friend have a cabinet full of bonerol?